booklet released by the Lok Sabha Secretariat has listed out words and expressions that would be considered unparliamentary in both the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. Now, it's an interesting list, Gargi. It comes ahead of the monsoon session, which begins on 18th of July. However, the Rajya Sabha chairman and the Lok Sabha speaker will have the last say in this
Right,
list.
it's a very curious sort of booklet. I think it's the first time, and so many common use terms being considered unparliamentary now, like Jumlajeevi and baal, buddhi, COVID spreader, Snoopgate, and even words like ashamed, abused, betrayed, corrupt, drama, hypocrisy, and incompetent are all going to be considered unparliamentary. And these are words, as we know, the opposition often uses when they're talking in parliament. Anarchist, Shakuni, dictatorial, Tanashah, Jayachand, Vinash Purus, quite a long list of words, Khalistani as well, and Khoon se kheti. These are all words that will be expunged, and lots of reactions already coming from parliamentarians. Priyanka Chaturvedi of the Shiv Sena tweeting, reminded of a meme. She shared a meme, agar kare to kare kya, bole to bole kya. Sirf wah Modi ji, wah now seems like a reality.
Right, and TMC MP Mahua Moitra also tweeted, "Baith jaiye, prem se boliye." Basically, the government taken all words used by the opposition to describe how BJP destroying India and banned them. The government has banned these words. So, of course, Gargi, it's a list that seems to be banning all words that were used by the opposition to criticize the ruling party.
And the opposition, they're hitting out, saying this is another way of trying to stifle the MPs, stifle them in terms of criticizing the government, because if you take a look at those words, you know, that are being considered unparliamentary, while some, yes, perhaps Jumlajeevi and Shakuni and etc. But then how do you ban words like dictatorial, hypocrisy, incompetent, corrupt and betrayed? Well, let's go across to Sunil Prabhu for more on that. And Sunil, the MPs are already outraging over this list of words, which essentially makes, it reduces their ability to criticize the government.
That's right, Gargi. They are actually, as you rightly pointed, they feel stifled. And as you pointed out, this is, just a small correction. It's not the first time. This is, of course, a continuous process and which keeps getting upgraded, which are unparliamentary. But the choice of words, as you pointed out, have really caused the opposition to feel that this is an attempt to curtail their voices and the freedom of expression, and they will definitely continue to use those words and see how Parliament can stifle their voice, their speech on the floor of the House. So definitely, if implemented, this is a continuous process, as I said, done by the Secretariat, but definitely words like dictatorial and anarchist and others, which are now commonly used in Parliament as well as in our own language of speech, to be now seen as unparliamentary is definitely not in the fitness of things, and definitely does not send a correct message of parliamentary democracy and free speech, especially in India's largest democracy.
Right. So, Sunil, these words can be expunged if used, and interesting that a word like Snoopgate has also found itself in this, list of words that are now banned.
Yes, in fact, after an entire house, if you recall, one entire monsoon session the last time round had been cancelled because of the Snoopgate, and now they're using that as a tool to not allow that to be used in Parliament. Much will depend, of course, on the presiding officer and how they use that word, but definitely Snoopgate has assumed a huge amount of significance after the Pegasus row last year, which ensured that the entire monsoon session of Parliament got stalled.
All right, we will try and get more reactions, and MPs, as we said, already tweeting about, this list of words. Thanks so much, Sunil, for joining us.